Good evening, everybody. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie. I'm here with Ross.
Good evening.
And our basic training call, this is part 5 in our series, and this is all about customer care and follow-up, which is such an important part, not just for your clients, but also for your members as well, because remember, they're customers too. So I love this to start with. The most important business tools are your own passion for the products and the opportunity and your desire to serve others. So I think there's that the Think and Grow Rich. He talks about that if he
the more people you help.
Yeah, if he'd lost his millions, what would he do? He'd find some way to serve lots of people. And I think that's really an interesting tip. So if you love to serve others and give and help, I think that's a really great quality, and that's who you're looking for to join your team.
Yep.
And being passionate about the opportunity. I think this is a pretty awesome opportunity. I
Absolutely.
love what it gives, and I actually think I get more excited about when the team's achieving and people achieving their goals than when we hit our targets.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Okay, I've got a click. Okay, so following up with clients, follow-up is vital for your business success. And you know what? I've had times when I've been quite slack. I can definitely be honest with this. And I've been times when I've just nailed it, and I know right at this point I know how important it is, and I know what happens when you don't do it properly. So, and yeah, we're not perfect. We're human. Things happen. So if I ever stuff up, like I know tonight I just went, I think it's ringing Shane. So I've texted him, hey Shane, sorry I've missed you. Can I call you tomorrow night? Or I might try and call him later because I know he has things that he has set in his night. Have you had a chance to do your results? So I will touch base with him. But you can text and you can call and you can email and you can PM. There's lots of different ways of being in touch with your clients. We sell results.
So that's actually huge, because I know I spoke to someone a long time ago and they could not get what we did because he thought we sold a product. We do not sell a product. I kept saying to him, you're not selling a product, you're selling it was his wife. It was like, you're selling your wife's result, how good she is, how much she's changed, how much energy she's got, how much weight she's lost. You're selling that. It's the result of how that person feels, not just a product. And people forget that at times.
Yes, so people want results. That's what inspires them to actually take a look. It's not them looking at the product going, oh, I want that. It's actually, wow, look what happened to that person. Yep. When you post your results and people just go, I want what they've got. And after a while, they're just going to keep seeing results after results, and they just go, okay, just give it to me. Yep. I want to do whatever you're doing, because eventually the results speak for themselves. And Herbalife is definitely not a diet.
Absolutely, because a diet is something that you'll go back to who you were. It's just a slight alteration in time, a diet, and you'll automatically go back to what you were before the diet once you come off the diet.
And it's got the word die in it.
Die, yeah. This is definitely, if you want to change your life, want to change how you feel, how you look, you've got to change your lifestyle.
Yeah, it is a lifestyle. I think, and I sort of say to people, this is something you want to do for the rest of your life. It should be a habit, just like brushing your teeth, and you should be enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, then you need to look at what you're doing and how you're having your products, because it should be fun and it should be amazing. And that's what I want people like. They can't wait to have their shakes and recipes, not like, oh, do I have to have another shake?
How could you not enjoy it when you can have a cinnamon donut shake for breakfast?
Should I make that for Saturday?
Yes.
I need that recipe. I have to get the recipe. Okay. So create a flip book with lots of results to show. And obviously the flip book can be on your phone. You can laminate it, make it large. The flip book, I think, is really effective.
Well, in the world we live in today, there's no reason why you can't have a folder in your phone with every single result you want, and open that folder up or open that part of the gallery up and just show, flip, 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 flip. This is what I've helped achieve.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Cool. Read the career manual. How many times, Cara?
3 times.
I think it was 4, but 3 is pretty good.
Oh, I was thinking 7. That's way too many. 4 times.
We've upped the bar.
We've upped the bar, yep.
And obviously that's just that repetition and picking up skills, especially the booked one, which has the meat of the business in it. And write in it and highlight it and do all that sort of thing, really pick it apart. And then follow up really should be on day 1, 3 or 4, 7, 14, 21, 28. And then you can tailor it after that. Some people need that weekly ones. I've still got people, even after a couple of years, I'm still in contact with them twice a week, and I'm perfectly fine with that if that's what they need. And someone says, oh, just every 2 weeks. some guy it might be once a month. So I've got all different types of clients depending on what their needs are. So always ask them what they want. Some follow-up questions to ask. So this is something that you should do on a regular basis, especially if someone you feel's gone off track, then you revert always back to these questions. And you want to ask open-ended questions, not something like, did you have your shake? Yes. Did you have your tablets? Yes. Did you drink your water? Yes. Of course they're going to tell you. They don't always tell you everything. So how did they make this shake? What did you put it in? What recipe did you try? Select Amanda. Cool. When did they have their shakes? How did they take their sups? How much water did you have? How much heavy beverage or aloe? What did you snack on? So you want to ask questions that give some sort of feedback, so you know. Then you go, they're doing that great, or no, we need to just adjust them a little bit. Also ask the same questions on day 3 or 4 and 7, because that first week is crucial. So basically, I've started someone on the program. Gone through this, setting them up. Then I'd call them on day 1 to make sure they got off to a great start. Then on day 3 or 4, just to see how they're going, and then day 7. So really in that first week, they've had contact with me 3 or 4 times. And I think it's really, really important. And look, if you can't contact them, I'd definitely be texting, because people always seem to read their texts for some reason, and they like that. They're busy. It's much easier for them to respond. First, always share results. So I'd be like, hi Ross, how you going?
Really good, thank you.
Cool. I just spoke to Beck, and she's actually lost 1 kilo and 5 centimeters this week. Isn't that fantastic?
That is fantastic.
Cool. So how did you go this week?
I did really well.
Awesome. So, and even if they didn't, you've inspired them with the result, and then you ask them how they're going. And look, sometimes, we're probably lucky with a lot of our clients, we're face to face, but if you're not over the phone and they haven't got a great result, you need to find a positive, and then just help them tweak it if it's not going okay. Because some people can take time to get results, as we know, and some people can have a little bit like a up and down, and it's okay. You've just got to encourage them to keep going, because that's the key to getting to any goal at all. Celebrate with them. Ask, has anyone noticed your results? And because you have to ask for the referrals. And I know I need to get good at this. I think we might have to have asking for referrals month as well on that sheet. How many referrals can we get in 1 month for the month of November or something? So Kara's writing that down. That's great. And if their results aren't great, always go back to basics on these top questions and go over them again. It's really worth doing. So these are great to do.
That's probably, before you jump on, it's the back to basics that's probably what we notice the most. Someone will go, I haven't had a great week. I've hardly lost anything. I don't feel great. How many shakes you have? Oh, I had 1 on Wednesday. I haven't had my supplements every day. That's what it normally comes down to.
So to see, look, sometimes people can be so gung-ho at the start, but then if they relax a little bit, they've stopped having their evening tabs, they miss a shake, they didn't quite drink as much water, you're right, and some things start creeping back in, of course they're not going to get the best possible results. Yep. So it's in getting them back to the basics and starting that fresh. So let's start fresh, let's get everything right, let's make sure you're doing your 3, 2, 1, and let's do a quick check. And then I go back to maybe a contact every couple of days just to make sure they're okay, and then once they're going, it's fine. So some of the extra things you can put with a program. So I like to at least give a spoon, like a scoop, so that I know that they're going to use the correct amount. I get them to fluff up their container of formula before they use it, because it does get a bit compacted, and it will just make it nice and fluffier and last that little bit longer. And definitely if someone orders a bigger program, depending on what discount level you're on, you can invest in that starter pack as well, which I love. I think it's really good value. It's very visual, especially if you've got clients that are working with a lot of people around. They're going to see lots of branding as well. So we recommend 2 scoops of Formula 1 per thing, but if you can do the 3, it's great, except they're probably going to go through the shake a bit quicker. So 2 Formula 1s will last a month if they're doing 2 scoops a day. If they're doing 3 scoops a day, how much are they going to need?
You'll need 3. If you're doing 3 scoops per shake twice a day, the container will only last 10 days. You'll need 3 canisters. But that's going to also get you the greatest result. So it comes down to what the client wants, how quickly they want results. If there's one of these people that wants instant results, then they need to be doing 3 scoops. They need to be prepared to do that to get off that start until they get back to a maintenance program.
Yeah, so depending on someone's budget, and then you can say, great, if you use 3 skips, you're going to need this many Formula Ones. How do you feel about that? No problems. Well, then just go to 2, and let's just get 2 Formula Ones. So
another thing that I'll throw in there too at that point is you also have to remember when someone's struggling to lose weight, a good thing to actually say to them in the nicest way possible is, how long did it take you to get to the way you are? And if they turn around and say, look, oh yeah, it's 10 years to build this, well then it's not going to come off in 10 minutes. If it took 10 years to build it up, it's probably not going to take, hopefully 10 years to take it off. But it's you need to get people to get some sort of level of a reality check at times, because they do think that 10 years of bad habits is going to be fixed overnight, and it just doesn't work that way. You've 10 years of actually doing all the wrong things, putting the wrong things in your body, whatever stress and all that, so it's going to take time for the body to come back to where it needs to be.
I think it's realistic expectations.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Some people do have these rocket results, and that's okay, but everyone's got to run their own race. They're doing their own journey, and they have a pattern. So once I've been doing someone's results for a few weeks, I can see what their pattern is. I can see if their strength, weight loss, or maybe they're a centimetre person, or they might do a big spurt and then nothing much for it, and then another big spurt. So try and look for those patterns in their results and help them track it and show where their strength is and get them to focus on their strength. So it is centimetre loss, always measure first before you weigh. I think I've got that.
And I think it's part of that is that personal, you've been through it. Like Ross just said, how long did it take to put it on? Ross said that to me and I had to stop and think about it.
Yep.
It's not just going to come off overnight. So I think having that experience with it helps help other people.
It's trying to get to have that honest conversation with someone without trying to be rude, without trying to be nasty, it's just trying to make them stop and go, you're right, actually. Okay, yeah, a slight bit of reality check every now and again, just calm conversation, make someone go, okay, I appreciate where you're coming from. Absolutely.
So losing body fat versus centimeters. So we know that sometimes when people first get on the program, that because they're getting all this great nutrition, it's going to absorb, and that their weight sometimes can look like it's going up. But what's happening, especially if you get to do the body scan, it's not always possible, but if you can see their muscles going up and their body fat's coming down, but their weight's either stayed the same or it's gone up. And we know that they're changing shape. So this is why the centimetre loss is so important as well, because you want to protect your client's psyche, because they can, especially women, can be so hard on themselves and not give themselves credit for a great centimetre loss result. So you've got to be really excited about the centimetre. So I definitely measure first. I go, wow, look how much you've lost in total. You do it on the tape measure. And I know Jan McMahon would actually cut a piece of ribbon to the length they'd lost, attach it to a card, and then put how much. So you could actually do that as part of it. I like to write it on the back of a little quote and give it to you. It's already packaged, and you already know how to share your result. And you're also teaching your client from right at the beginning how to package their story. So if they do become a member and want to start building and getting clients, they already naturally know how to do it. So it's just those little habits that can really make a difference. And I love this picture of showing, the muscle and the fat weigh exactly the same, but look how much more space the fat takes up. So this is why we want to get lean muscle. And guess what? You can build lean muscle without exercise. It can be done through 80% nutrition, which is really cool.
Absolutely.
You're vouched for that. So make sure you have a chart. I know we have one we use for our group, but you can really use any chart that you feel works for you. And then recording whatever ones. I do a few extra measurements because I realize that sometimes people are taller, they've got a longer torso, or they've just got spots they want to focus on. So you can add them. Like I had someone once that wanted to do their neck, and I had someone that wanted to do their calves and ankles because that was a problem spot for them. So you can tailor your measures to your client and celebrate that as well. And then adding it up as you go along and really celebrating their progress as well. So the taste is important, as we all know, and you want to become a gourmet Herbalife shake maker. So I know James has nailed the cinnamon donut shake. That seems to be the rage at the moment. So I will get the recipe off you if you can message it through to me so I can make it for Saturday. I think it has to be done.
Yep.
And which is cool. So, and how cool is that? That it's got such a catchy name, and just imagine coming up with all these different ones. I want to do the Ice Vovo one, so I'm going to get the recipe for that. And you can obviously add lots of ice and make it thick. You can take the blender lid off and get the aerated so it goes like a thick shake and it's really glossy. You can freeze them. You can make it, batch them up. So there's lots of ways of doing it. And sure, you can go gourmet, but just watch. If you're adding, if this one here you can see, if you're adding banana and some dark chocolate or royal cacao nibs or whatever it is and some chia seeds, if you're loading it up with that sort of stuff every single day, just watch the calorie intake, because I know a lot of us like making our shakes on water for that reason. So then if you do these little garnishes, it's not such a big deal.
But sometimes you have to do with the customer the first time around. You may need to have a little bit gourmet shake initially for a flavour change, depending on the individual. You need to find out what that is, and you need to realistically with your own product start to learn to experiment to find out what works well. Just because you like it doesn't mean someone else will, and you need to find some flavours that you can go, okay, I could quickly make a really sweet one or not so sweet one if I had to because of what that client wanted. And it's important to know that, because if they don't like the shake off that first day or two, they won't continue. So yes, if you want to lose weight, if that's what your game is, you do need to minimalize that. If I look at my shakes now have nothing in them. They're just pure product. But I know at the moment I'm trying to control that percentage of fat on the body. It's not so much weight loss, it's controlling that now in the muscle build. So therefore my shakes have not a single thing other than product inside them. But in the beginning, I know I put frozen fruit in them because I wanted to acquire the taste, but I've always made my shakes in water. I've never actually made my shakes outside of water though.
Yeah, so and look, wherever you can, try and make some shakes for your clients, especially if they've never been on Herbalife before. We're kind of a little bit lucky in our community that people can come to Fit Club and try it. They can come into the centre and to events. So technically they've already tried the shakes before they're getting started on it. So but that can happen. But if you're going somewhere or they've never used it before, try and make some shakes up for them so they know what to do and show them what you do and they will copy it. Shake parties, tastings, client evenings, competitions and things like that. You can keep it really fun, but they really need to love their shake and don't stop until they do. I remember when I was living in Adelaide, I went to a client that did not like her shake and I went over and I made all these different ones to find out what she liked. And then she said, can I make them all on Sunday night and then have them taken to work? And I said, sure. I said, if you keep them in the fridge, you're going to have to shake them up, but you can freeze them and then take it with you. So, you know, you've got to find solutions depending on what their needs are.
So before you go into that, so if they need to love their shake, so if we use the fact that I listened to one of the things I heard at one of the extravaganzas, and the people that were talking on the stage at the time turned around and said, if we ring a client and the client went, oh, wasn't that great? They were in the car, didn't care where they lived, they were in the car, they didn't care if they were at work, and they took them a shake. And they would have different flavors until the client found, because they knew the client doesn't love the shake, the client won't continue to do the product. Yep. It's just how far you want to push and help that person stay on track.
I can imagine us all driving around Gympie with little shakes dropping
Absolutely.
to people until they love them. They're going to love the donut one though, that's for sure. So there's just some ideas. I obviously love freezing them. So I got those really cool silicone molds from Australia Post. They're $9.99 and I got 6 of them. So they look like the Calypsos, but they're all different colors. And so yes, I'm a bit excited to use them with the girls. Pancakes, I usually do lactose free and gluten free. The Herbie Egg mug cakes. I don't like to overcook the product. I don't mind cooking the PPP, but with the cooking the Formula One. Obviously porridge and things like that, overnight oats, protein balls and chocolates, and the gourmet smoothie. So there's actually so much, and I think Saturday is going to be a great showcase of that. Tips for faster results: no cow's milk. So we know that once someone reaches 25 years of age, they stop producing the enzyme that breaks the lactose down in the milk. So they could have been a massive milk drinker and all of a sudden gone, or get to 25 or so and start having issues, and that's one of the reasons why. There's always exceptions to the rule. There's always people that can still drink lots of milk, and that's fine. But try and use alternatives like soy milk, juice, water, almond milk, lactose-free milk, oat milk or rice milk, and there's lots of other ones as well. Definitely increasing water. Water will always speed up results. And most people, even myself, I have days when I go, I don't think I drank enough water today. So, and we know the products are water soluble, so they're going to work better because it flushes through your system and it's going to work better. So the products work better with water. Add the personalized protein powder. Anyone that's feeling a little bit hungry, they can add the PPP in. It makes the shakes thicker and creamier, and you're more satisfied. Plus, you can cook with it. You can put it in soups and casserole, and in gravy. I put it in our turkey mince burgers to bind them together, and porridge, anything like that. Soups.
So also though, with the protein powder, the more protein powder you load in, be conscious of the fact that you may need to increase a little bit of active fiber in amongst that, depending on some people as an individual. I just say from my point of view, I know if I increase the protein too heavily, I definitely need to increase the active fiber to balance that back up.
Yeah. And personalized protein powder doesn't taste like anything. It's got no taste, so that's why it's so good to add to cooking.
Yep.
So snacking definitely helps. So some people go, I don't want to snack because I want to lose weight faster. But I do, in my experience with clients, the people that actually have their snacks get faster results. They're not as hungry in between meals. They're not, they can cut back a little bit on their main meal at night easier, and the metabolism starts speeding up as well. Supplements before your main meal. So I'm one of these people that can't have tablets on an empty tummy because it makes me feel nauseous. So I generally have to have it with or after food. But we were always taught in the old days that if you had your supplements half an hour before your meals, you wouldn't be as hungry. It'd be easier to cut back. So I think you have to go on personal choice on that one. Your herbie beverage, increasing that will definitely get the metabolism going. And I love the herbie beverage shots where you have it really strong and about that much hot water, and you scull a couple first thing in the morning, and that will really get your metabolism going, and your eyes will be open as well. Herbal aloe 3 times a day. So aloe definitely helps to speed up results. So anyone that's not on the aloe, it's good to say, can speed up weight loss by up to 40%. And it definitely helps your body work better. Doubling up on cellulose, I've done that quite a few times, especially in hot weather, or I'm sitting down a lot. Like today, I've sat for a few hours producing posts and things. So it helps with circulation as well. So if you know anyone that their ring's tight, get them to double up on cellulose. And then the chitosan, I really love chitosan. It used to be in the programs, but they've swapped it to active fiber complex. It's in a capsule. It's got positively charged particles, so they attract the bad fats and take them out, and it can absorb up to, disclaimer, up to 60% of the bad fats out of your system and take it out of your body. So you definitely want to make sure people have it with water, and it's great if they're having fatty meals like pizza or takeaway or something like that. Take 2 to 4 chitosan with a big glass of water, but you can take it 3 times a day as well. So it gives you a feeling of fullness, absorbs the bad fats, and it's also good for bowel health too. So it's a good product. So if you think someone's not keen on active fiber complex, get them on the chitosan. You can always swap it out and adjust it. It's a little bit more expensive than active fiber, but it's still a good one. Going over and above the call of duty. Examples, daily contact if needed. Look, I haven't had to do that many times, but there has been maybe a couple of occasions. So and sometimes it's not just it's a phone call, it might just be a message of encouragement. So I'm sure we've all done that even with friends that have needed it, right? So we would be willing to do it with our clients. The referral program, giving gifts and thank you cards for referrals. And I know that we're pretty good with our recognition here in our team. We've got that nailed, and it's so important. And I know that will keep evolving. We'll come up with other really cool ideas to give recognition and support and that sort of thing too. A quarterly or monthly newsletter. We used to have to make them ourselves, but now Herbalife produces them. Yay. And they're professional and they look good. Make sure you can print them out or email them through, share them with your clients and team, because you never know what they might see on it that might help, or just pick something out that you think they might specifically like to look at. Birthday cards, recognition on Facebook.
So when we get the birthday cards, can we just understand this? And this is what I look at from when we all do things at times. We must be consistent. So if you did a birthday card this year, you have to think to yourself, am I going to do it every year? And also, if I'm going to do a birthday card for one person, am I going to do a birthday card for every person? You have to be able to commit yourself to that process, because people are people, and they'll go, oh yeah, they didn't care about me anymore. 2 years time, I don't care, they don't care. Or, oh, how come such and such got one and I didn't? So you need to know, it's great to do it. It's fantastic to do it, but you just need to be consistent with it. And it's over and above. It's fantastic. It's a great way to keep in contact with people. But you need to be able to say, yeah, this is the way I want to run my business, and I want to do this every year, and I want to do it to every person, no matter how I feel or how I don't feel about that person.
You do a good whingy voice.
Yeah, thank you.
So, but guess what we do these days? We do Facebook
Yep.
birthday messages
Yep.
and things like
Yep.
that. So it doesn't have to cost you anything, but printing something off or doing a little note, giving a quote. I'm really big on quotes, like printing them out. I've got some for Saturday. I've got Luke's favorite quotes. So things like that. Doing some goal setting, 3 reasons, future events, articles of clothing, getting them thinking about why they're doing what they're doing, why are they on the program, what is it for, and giving them some mini goals and some long-term goals. Some visuals are always good. Fitting into an article of clothing is very effective. I've got someone that's losing weight for her wedding at the moment, so that's a great visual for her. And above all, care about the client more than the hip pocket. So care more about what their result and what you can do for them, and you can't go wrong. And remember, 70% of the President's team members were customers first. So follow-up does equal fortune, because you never know. One of your clients, and even they might be a hard, difficult, painful client to start with, but they might end up being your best team member. So just sometimes think about that. So when a challenge arises, so look, it's great when you've got the perfect client, because they're just going along, they're loving it, they're reordering. You don't really have to do much when you've got that dream client. But what happens when you get someone's a bit difficult? So these are some of the things you can say when you're calling or seeing someone. They might go, oh, I'm a bit constipated, and you go, oh, how much water have you drank? And they go, oh, a litre. You go, aha, you need to drink more water. Or they go, oh, I've got the headache. You go, awesome, the program's already working. I just love that. I've been on the toilet all day today. Awesome. Oh, I don't like the taste of the shake. No problem. I've got so many recipes. You should try the cinnamon donut shake. No problem. They might go, oh, I was looking at the bottle and it's got too much vitamin A. It's like, I don't know about that. All I know is that I've been actually having the products now every single day for the last 28 years, and I don't seem to have any problems. So, I'm fine. So, if you just get on the products, you're going to get great results too. So always sharing results all the time, just sharing results of other people. Feel, felt, found. Let's have a look. I can't take my tablets. You know what? I know how you feel. I felt that way too. And what I found is when I take my tabs with my shake or some juice, something a little bit thicker than water, I don't have any issues swallowing them, even though I've still got to take 2 at a time. I found that really worked for me. Do you think you could do that? How does that sound? And so you just keep finding solutions. And look, if someone isn't serious, if they're not serious about their result, they'll keep finding excuses. People that are serious will try some of your suggestions. Absolutely. So you've got to be going, is this person really serious, or they're just trying to get out of it and they're not serious? And it's okay if they're not. Okay, you're not going to keep everybody. Doing 3-way calls with your mentor, more than happy to do that. Get on the phone and have a chat with someone, because sometimes if they might be a friend or they might be a family member, and they might not listen to you. It's a bit like our kids, right? They don't always listen to us, but then they'll listen to somebody else. Go figure. So sometimes a different voice, a different personality, and that's why events are good as well. They're getting around other people, voices of value, relating to other backgrounds and things like that as well. So that works really well. Practice the follow-up process. With your mentor, you can always go through a pretend follow-up call. I've actually got a role play that works quite well with that, and handling questions that come up. So did anyone have any questions that have come up that you weren't sure how to answer, that I could answer for you, if you want to ask? It's okay if you don't. So one of the ones that has come up with me in the past, so I've got a couple of clients in WA, and they were nurses, and they were full on, no, this product's got soy in it, I'm not taking it. I'm like, okay. And I just said to them, look, Herbalife grows their own product, and it's soy protein isolate. So they take that out of the soy product, and you're getting the best quality, the best of that. And it's the most complete protein you can get, highest quality, most complete. And I just said, so I don't know about that. All I know is I've been using it and I've been getting fantastic results. No, never had any hormonal issues. Yeah, been completely balanced. And I know that if you get on products, you get great results too. They didn't continue. It obviously didn't work, but I still tried. I just gave them some information and the facts, and you know, they still decided what they wanted to do. So it's okay if the way you've handled it doesn't get the result you want. Don't take it personally. Just go and help someone that does. Go to the people that want your help. That's where your energy should go. Anything else? Oh, was that it?
That's it.
So care more about others and you'll be taken care of. So, you know, it's just that care. And I think we've got a really great thing happening in our group where we're all doing that. And I think, you know, we complement each other well. We've all got our own strengths. And all we need to do is just keep working on our results and leading by example and having fun with it and knowing that we've all got each other's backs. I think it's so important. And if you have that attitude with your clients, you don't even have to say it to them, but if you know that that's how you feel about them, it's amazing what can be achieved. So have fun doing your follow-up. We're going to finish recording this so that we can have a bit of a chat afterwards, and the recording will go out on the group. So, all right, I will do that now.